It's a vibe, chat. Love this song. Unfortunately, because it's another Danganronpa stream, where I've been going into things like just beforehand, we don't get to hear the Danganronpa voice again, unfortunately. So we're just gonna go straight into things. So yeah, as you can see, I was just getting the trophy for beating a trial without taking damage. Yeah, so let's save over this now, because I want to keep the coins. So I wanted to keep the coins I got. Start from daily life. Also, I feel like Nagito's death, like his corpse, like the thing, the way we found him, at least to me, mirrors Chihiro a lot. Like, that was a gut punch in just kind of what you were witnessing, like what you saw, and I felt the same with Nagito because he got fucking brutalized. Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagito is dead. I did see the Disney shampoo. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend reality yet. I mean, look, he got his legs fucking... I think his arm too, yeah. Stabbed in the hand, and then stabbed... I would assume the fatal blow was the stab to his stomach. That is the assumption here.
What?
Alright, so Kazuichi's doing his usual. Sonya is doing her usual.
What?
What's going on here?
You serious?
Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it's Nagito, you know? That's right. It's Nagito. He always messed with us. He was always trying to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected to be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that. Sure took your sweet-ass time with this one, Monokuma.
A body has been discovered!
Yeah, literally everyone that is alive is here. You didn't need to do this. This is just a formality at this point.
Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Don't tell me.
The body discovery announcement. Then it's for real? For real?
Hey!
Then Nagito really is dead?
Damn it.
It's not just he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean Nagito was killed? Killed?
That's right.
Plus, it's one of us! I mean, that's what it means, right? One of us killed Nagito? One of us killed him so brutally. Then it's going to start again. Huh? The class trial is going to start soon, right? Then...
Of course.
Yep, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is.
Hey!
No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave this island, right? Then the time for action is now. So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma
Wait!
Hold it right there.
Damn it!
What? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way.
You stupid brother!
Shut up. I can't stand this anymore.
Got it?
How much longer are you gonna keep putting them through this? No more. I won't let you. I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
Hey!
Say something.
What's this?
Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monami.
Me?
You just now noticed.
Like...
Anyway, Monami, if you're going to talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know. What? No fair. You're shutting up too.
Wait!
Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please do not say anything else that will confuse us.
Hey.
Anyway, let's begin.
Hmm?
Huh? But...
This is just...
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as a killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it. I know, it's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
Looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Monami.
Don't fuck with me!
We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time.
This is kinda depressing.
Aww, does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Actually...
Don't worry, the end is near. Huh? The end?
What's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right? The meaning behind that Monokuma timer. I guess there's only 2 days left, huh? When the timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us? The killing school trip will be over.
Hey,
If this'll finally be over,
you serious?
does that mean we can go home?
What are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they've hatched. There's still something you've got to do before that, right? So, once again...
The Monokuma file! Phew.
You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterword at all.
Do your best.
Wait!
Hold on.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there. What do you guys think? If the school trip is nearly at an end, it's safe to think we can go home, right?
But still...
Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
Even if we can go home, it'll be the end for us if we screw up here.
Alright!
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home.
However...
It is nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's the killer, Amogus! The weight of those words began to sink into me. The weight of Among Us began to sink in. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito. Because his death was so abnormally cruel. No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. Why is the investigation music for chapter 5 and 6 so rock? First, we need to look at that Monokuma file. Shut me the fuck up. No, I was listening to it. It's like when I first listened to Box 16. I listened to it. The victim is Nagito Kameda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled with his right hand. Tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again, what's wrong with it? It was just really hard rock. Yeah, it did take me by a little bit. And then there a spear stabbed in his stomach. There are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry you'll form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. Discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Let's start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. You probably didn't expect to end up like this either. The fire grenades! It's like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, the evidence really isn't all that strange. The lighter is a bit interesting, though. Ah, this is... it's an oil lighter. Yeah, they did sound like glass. Or like ceramic, at least. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here.
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
It is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
So, using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably just planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. It caused a fire to destroy evidence. The only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... I am fucking tired, eh? No, it's only Nagito's body. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. I know, Monokuma said that. I don't know, Monokuma's doing this now. No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of those life-size plushies that were being produced at the factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too. Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading.
What the heck?
What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? And why'd he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed? Going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood? Did you try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, mon ami. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end. I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy for Monokuma. Excuse me? Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done it? So, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Time to investigate the... I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on investigating right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. His face is the big one to me. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Is this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. The good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute. Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. And in one swift moment, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the tape back isn't the issue. You ungrateful swine, you're gonna get cursed! The blood on Nagito's face. Looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. That's the case. It's no use. He's not listening.
Hey.
Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well,
This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it. Just put the duct tape back over his mouth already?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. The cut in his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds. This one was like a slice. That's probably the reason why the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound. There's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange? What?
See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from where his left arm was sliced, but... doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered? That would explain the blood on his palm, but... There's something else that's strange? When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand,
Well?
there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger. You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
He is indeed holding something. See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like that? Nagito, what the fuck were you doing when you died, bro? Nagito's wrist is tied with a rope. It looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? That's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire if he was so close to the blaze? The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Ah, now that you mention it, you're right. Looks like a survival knife.
Well?
By the way, it seems the wounds in his leg and left arm were caused by that same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand.
It cannot be!
And then they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel.
How cruel. And then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons? A knife and a spear? They could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why did they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Show off, I guess. Well, I mean, this end of the spear is also covered in blood. But that'll probably be a part of just a spear. I'm gonna... A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my! What's this? Such a strange-looking spear, isn't it? The cord extends from the tip to the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see, I see. You could use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the Spear of Gungnir, right? You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle.
What?
What? Nezumi Castle?
What the hell?
I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you, mice! Damn you all to hell! I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside the castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle, looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of cord doesn't have blood on it. At the size of a human fist, it's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Okay. I would assume Nagito was holding the spear then. Or at least the cord end of it. At least that part of the cord. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. Might be better if I confirm that later. Oh, that's his legs. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, he also stabbed his legs? Why? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Towards him? Or they might have been torturing him. Torture? Huh? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards Nagito. Refused to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Oh, yes, I want to read those books. That'll probably be an after-trial thing. Guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me. And one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. You're as helpful as ever. She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? There's something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about that sprinkler. It's one of the sprinklers... That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see a grinder next to it. Right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak? Huh? You're right. I definitely see it. There's like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? Blood. The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. That could be where the blood on the cord went.
Like,
I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's gonna happen? Huh? What's gonna happen?
that's obviously wrong.
This rotten school trip's gonna end, right? We can finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up.
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it.
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We're thinking about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know. Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. Well, I mean... Hey, Peg. Was it, like, fully established, though, that they were stuck here? Like, did Monokuma say, if you guys don't kill each other, you're gonna be stuck here forever? Because that's pretty much what he said in Trigger Happy Havoc. If you don't kill each other, you're never getting out of the school. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's. But it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter?
So,
The time. It's like the time doesn't matter. It's clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. It was at noon. What were we doing at that time? Yeah, what were we doing? Well, right now it's... It's 12:30 p.m! Who died? Nagito. Nagito's dead. So it also has a clock function. That means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? Happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh? Seems like a bad way to describe it. It happened 30 minutes ago. Was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. Killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. And whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. I should try investigating the other areas inside the warehouse first. Oh yeah, this random MP3 player. This... I swear to God, if Nagito killed himself for shits and giggles... This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe...
Yeah, it looks like that weird music was playing from there. No, that music was blaring. That music that was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, you're right. It's like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. If I'm not mistaken, the music was playing from that MP3. I disagree with that, but... Why was the killer playing music from this? a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. Just doing my thing. I know. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they all scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... They should have all been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Huh?
See?
Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. But no, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warning and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? Just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Could it be? Was that it?
Well?
And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange. That means we can speculate that this was done intentionally. Okay, no, they still want. I still need to talk to them. No, she's just going on about the time again. Looks like Sonya is focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonya, do you have a minute? Yes? What is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It is all right. It is not a bomb. Got rope thrown at him. He tied himself up. Then a knife flew out of nowhere, scratched his legs and arm, and got stuck in his hand. Yeah, definitely. And that sounds like a thing that would happen to Nagito. Why do you know the bombs were a fake? Well... That's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my.
My.
It cannot be.
Do you suspect me? It's a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch. Sonya?
I am sorry.
I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered.
Please listen.
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought from the military base... The bombs Nagito brought from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out the bombs of the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
Oh, why is Monami watching?
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If all those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I didn't think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. I love Kazuichi getting fucking yeeted here. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, it might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is, his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything.
have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. Alright, I got it. No, I still doubt her. I still really, really doubt her. Alright, I've pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well,
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonya mentioned, the plushie factory next door, the Izumi castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm gonna understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
can you hear me?
Hey, you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree.
see.
I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
Huh?
But, is it safe? Maybe anyone had gone to the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. Yeah, I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we have to give up completely. You don't really need to say that.
Hey, hey!
Then, is it okay if we leave this place? It's okay! Fucking Minimaru is the best. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. I gotta admit, that transition into the guitar was pretty good. I'm not sure how anything in the factory will be relevant to the case, but sure. Apparently the bombs were stuffed on this truck are actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing in particular that catches my eye. It's an enormous machine, but it's stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incident here. I was like, then why the fuck did you want to come here? The life-size Monokuma plushies are crammed inside an enormous basket. But there aren't no clues there. Laptop, maybe? That reminds me. We saw Nagito's video message on this laptop. Is he still watching us from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly? Nah, looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. Why do you have to use a video message? That's one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means the video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Oh, I can't talk to Sonia then.
My.
I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me. The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, you would make a frightening weapon. Sans is hot 60 now. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism.
All right.
Let us rip apart these right away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside, wouldn't these explode if we carelessly mess with it?
Easy as pie.
Either way, it is all gravy. All gravy? The fuck does that mean?
Enough already!
Stop! There's no bomb.
Hey,
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you'll feel is the soft weight of cotton.
I see. I see.
You are right.
However,
Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base.
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, I thought if I kept quiet about it. If I kept quiet, there needs to be a comma, actually. Yeah, there is a break here. So, well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he brought it from the Octagon? I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
That is.
Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault, and don't worry about it. Well, I mean, Monokuma canonically has a bomb inside him, though, doesn't he? Like, that's a thing. Like, he actually has a bomb inside him. This version doesn't? That's a strange version. Does that mean it's a different Monokuma? Is a prequel or a sequel? Well, I mean, it's... The events of 1 have seemed to have passed, so I think this is a sequel. huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed into the truck bed. Ah! I found it! What did you find? Well, the truck bed over there has guns in it. I also found stuff like a survival knife. Wait, that's... Isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed through Nagito's right hand?
Maybe.
Yeah, which means the killer obtained that knife here.
All right.
So the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once. That's everyone, though. No, not me. This is the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. Damn it, this dangerous place is is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening.
Hey.
Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who could do that. That dreadful helicopter. The one that executed Terror. Doesn't have anything to do with the incident. I'm missing something here. Has to be. No, this truck. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonya was telling the truth. And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I don't know why they're going through a flashback that soon. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible that he thought they were the real thing. Nah, never mind. He said as much in his video. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them. Well, I'm not that stupid. He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. Nah, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Tank. If the bombs were fake, this might be fake too. But I'm not brave enough to check for myself. Right, we're done with the 5th island. I kind of want to go to Nezumi Castle, but also Nagito's room is far too interesting to ignore. Like, way too interesting to ignore. Imagine if meme mode just straight up removes flashbacks and it's like, yeah, if you're so good at remembering shit. Remember what this character said like 10 minutes ago. I am kind of happy that they are including something from the 4th island here. Because you didn't really do anything on the 4th island in Chapter 4. You went on a roller coaster and then you got trapped in a funhouse. And Chapter 4 was indeed a thing. Also, since I'm here, the whole big run, how's the pet doing? Oh, got one to spare. Trial was good, at least it wasn't very good. Hey, Chiaki's already here. I'm annoyed. What happened? I'm annoyed. What are you annoyed about? I want to investigate Nagito's cottage, but I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. don't really understand, but you can't investigate Nagito's cottage? Maybe I should try investigating Nagito's cottage. It's locked. Apparently. You can't go inside thanks to that. I'm annoyed. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to investigate another area. What are you gonna go do? I'll go look for Monokuma. He might open it for us. Then let me know when we can go inside. Yeah, got it. I mean, what? Huh? Okay, I know why they're doing this. They want you to do the castle first. But can't you just yell and Monokuma will show up? Like, can't you just be like, yo, Monokuma, and he'll just be like, fuck you on. Pretty sure Monokuma just acts like that. Why do you have to go looking for him? It's still weird how he just fucking appears out of the floor. Like, where does he come from? And where does he go? I'll let you fill in the Cotton Eye Joe things. Monokuma wants you to investigate that. You just tell him to unlock the door. He's like, nah, check out that mice castle first, bro. And then I'll unlock your shit. Yeah, I wonder if Monomi's inside her house. See if I can, get her to confirm something about those fireworks. No, she's not here. Oh, V3 has an animation? Nice, 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 nice. I've got some thoughts already about, about Goodbye Despair and Trigger Happy Havoc, and I'm pretty sure, I think, it's very obvious what I think. Or at least very broadly, I like 2 more than 1. Look at that wall of spears. I guess it's obvious where the weapon came from. What am I thinking? Oh, I like Goodbye Despair way more. That's pretty much it. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. A spear. That is definitely it, right? You see, just as I thought. It's exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle. And there's a weight at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it, and the killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gungan? Huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use a spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, I could have just killed him with a knife, and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this, with this unnecessary cord thing on it, would be easy to use. Yeah, definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito was trying to make us suffer, even after he died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. What was that for, Hajime? Why'd you get depressed? It's not even like Danganronpa almost always. Well, I mean, not every game follows that. I mean, look at Dead Rising 2 to 3, and then Dead Rising 2 to 4. On a 3 to 4. Those are fucking downgrades, my friend. Well, I could see 3 being an upgrade, but 4 is a downgrade. And this one's more of a personal opinion thing. I think Dark Souls 2 was a bit of a downgrade from 1. Not a terrible game by any means, but I don't think it was better. Danganronpa upgrades in general. That's what you want. You always want the sequel to improve. And I think the hardest part about a sequel is not just doing the same thing again. Granted, this is very much the same thing again. But it still changes enough. Fucking fight you about Dark Souls 2. I don't think it's an upgrade. There are some there's choices in that game that I just don't agree with.
Hajime.
Hajime.
What's this?
Oh my. You want to go inside Nagito's room too?
What are you gonna
I
do?
was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that.
Boy, tough crowd.
Then do it. It's sweet because it's made out of black bean paste. You and I can agree on Dark Souls 3 at least. Hey, we don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door.
Fine.
Fine. I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right?
Now then. Loose. Bye-bye.
See? I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now. This isn't my first time seeing that, but why does the door open with a spell like that?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage key is computerized?
Hey.
More importantly, let's go inside now that the door's open. Yeah, you're right. How does Nagito live? Very much like me. Dude has a fridge, though. I don't have a fridge. So, Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope. Becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us. No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden in here as well. Oh, would you look at that?
No.
Is that all of them? Are there Chapter 6 hidden Monokumas? He's taking a bath. He's not doing shit anymore. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. A lot of books arranged here. Did Nagito bring these from the library? In addition to the books, there's a bunch of random shit stuffed into the shelf. It might take a lot of time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff.
Hey.
Let's just leave it for later. Yeah, I agree. What's in the fridge?
Huh?
Nice. My cottage doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Nagito probably supplied it himself. Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks? Who doesn't? I talked with Chiaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. Monokuma's special poison for poisoning use only. There really isn't much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle. For someone who likes cold drinks, doesn't look like he's stuffed very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right? Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is... Yeah, it looks like it's poison. Poison? Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm gonna get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, the liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air, it breaks down in minutes, and is susceptible to hydrolysis? So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagito get something like this?
Well?
That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel, too. Apply to the bomb?
See?
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse? The poison. He must have brought it with him from there, too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class trial. He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial? Jeez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about the poison? Huh?
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Another trap?
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on the island. Everyone on the island? What the fuck? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? I would assume this is like chapter 5 in the first game, and it's just really fucking short. A fancy looking treasure box covered in a sparkling pink light. It's totally standing out. Could this be... Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. Yummy poison juice. That treasure box. Chiaki, you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute. Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monomi's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monomi was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it gonna be okay? Looks a little dangerous. It might be, but just keep be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monomi in the first place. I turned back towards the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Inside, there was a notebook. This is it. Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. Bad guy. It was so cool. Who's that pink hair and green haired person? Contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children, and the entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this? Diary? Looks like it. Did Monomi write these? Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, Day 4, Day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in this notebook. I don't really understand, but it's like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen? Ah, it's nothing.
Stop it!
Hey, stop it! Don't look at my notebook! Well, from out of nowhere, Monomi suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I won't forgive you.
Phew, I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said that you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, that was close. If I had come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook. Unfortunately, you were a little too late.
Huh?
But if this notebook is here, then Nagito was the thief? Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student.
Hey.
Hey, that notebook. It's pretty much your diary, right? The diary? It seems that way. That's right. This is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written. Hey! You're a liar. You always show up out of nowhere. Monomi, it's not good to lie, you know. Lie? There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monomi can't even write. Huh? What are you saying? Jeez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B.
That's wrong.
No, you can't. 'Cause you have no fingers. See? Bullseye. I know, 'cause I'm the same way too.
What?
Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey.
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, who wrote in it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye.
Excuse me. Hold on. Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
Same pattern as usual. Looks like it was a waste of time to try and get answers from her. Still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. Monomi's notebook has been added to the truth box. Yay. No, I don't want to look at the camera, I want to look at the window. Basic layout is just like my cottage. There's nothing about this window that really catches my eye. What an investigation. Now, time for investigating is winding down. The bookshelf might take some time to investigate. What else? His bed? Is there anything under the bed? It's the bed that comes with the cottages. Just like the one in my room, but...
Hey.
Maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's a usual place for hiding things. Yeah, like the other one. Well, we should check just in case. With no expectations and without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... there's something here. It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. Looks like there's something inside. What's this? Looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did you get these from the military base? A gas mask and rubber gloves. Just hiding these under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? Hajime, was there anything else under the bed? Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag and... a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made of blue aluminum? A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise. Makoto would have started stuttering like porn. It's a condom. Maybe that is a condom. I get what you're saying. What does it mean? This is just a piece of trash?
Wait.
Who knows? Might be too soon to decide that. Can I investigate the man's bathroom? Since it's structured just like my room, the shower room is over here. Let's not throw any clues here. We do the bookshelf. Genres and type of items are also random. Can't make any sense out of them whatsoever.
Well?
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart. Do they know? I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this. So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles. It doesn't mean we should ignore it though.
Yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime. Wait, what? It's better if a boy gets doing other boys' things. You know, there might be private stuff here. Well, that might be true, but...
See?
So, I'll leave the shelf to you. I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. I sighed and walked towards the shelf. One by one I started removing the various books and items, examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, there was still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. Huh? Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That's sealed. Indeed, it's the school badge of Hope's Peak Academy. Does that have information about our stolen memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. This file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information. This book is the reason? Ooh, I'm excited. Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department. I had no talent whatsoever. That might be one of his lies too. I opened the file and I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really has only my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me, just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others, Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonya. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it might be a lie too. I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height, and weight, and so forth. There was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words, Reserve Course Student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a Reserve Course student from the Reserve Department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why? Why am I the only one here who's from the Reserve Department? Why? Why am I here with all the other Ultimates?
Hey.
Hajime? Did something happen? Well, I just found this strange file. Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in there. It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone? Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at that file? Chiaki leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right. My profile is really in here. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
And it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing.
Oh,
right?
Don't play this pronoun bullshit with me.
Who are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togame.
Okay, there we go.
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
Interesting. Oh, don't you cuck me, you robotic fucking fuck.
No way!
So, what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor? No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. You participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? Someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island? No matter what, it's definitely suspicious. Well, it pains me to say this, but... what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life...
Too bad.
It's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason?
You're getting all riled up.
How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. What do you mean? You don't have to ask me. You'd know the answer just by looking through those profiles, right? Huh? My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. And suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter? That's that Byakuya's true identity. True identity. He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. A fake?
Hey,
The fact that his profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Though, I'm not jealous of that at all. That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami?
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life? I couldn't keep that up. She's just like... Yo, does this explain why he wasn't fat?
so cool.
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Then he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
'Cause that was his talent. Huh? Well, having a talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent. Regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating. What the fuck?
Anyway,
Anyway, I'm not that happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
that's right.
So, I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in return. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Based on the context, if I had to guess...
No.
Maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. No wonder this Byakuya was so nice. So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Phew.
Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course.
Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So it's just as I thought. You were the one who did it.
Hey,
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, the traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy. You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
correct.
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true for Nagito too, right? Well, probably. It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
Are you sure about
Was that a
this?
wise decision? Time's up, you know. Time's up. Wait. Excuse me for a moment. The Tugami twist is funny. I hope they expand on this ultimate imposter. Wait. I've had a Twitch payout. Chad, I've been paid out. The chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right?
Speaking of my bank account, it just went up. Hey.
That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up. We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock. I'll see you soon.
Hajime was also alarmed that I got money. Last class trial. The last class trial? He said that, right? He said last class trial?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days. And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still.
But I can't imagine that's the real deal. I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once?
Well,
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. The class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
but still.
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know? You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone. As long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. How do I feel about Tugami? I mean, I don't know how I feel, honestly. It's different. It really is just 6 of us,
Damn
huh?
right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Huh? This is it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed.
Stupid fool.
You're making me depressed! So, is it going to happen again? The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends? But once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
We've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this last trial,
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is. No matter what. Even if I have to pull out all the stops.
You.
What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet. That feeling of wanting to leave this island. Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know.
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you up.
Damn right, stupid rabbit should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized after losing my powers. I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if he started talking during the trial. Aw, fine.
But still,
No, don't turn off Minimaru. Somehow I understand what Monami is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going. To the last class trial.
yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. It just fucking pops in. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Yeah.
It's elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us. Nom nom rock.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways. He was also a valuable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survive need to stand and fight. We must fight. Who do you think is safe? Hajime? Fuyuhiko? That's probably it. I just think Hajime and Fuyuhiko are like 100% these two didn't do it. And then the door slowly opened. I would be very surprised if Chiaki did it, because she doesn't seem to be a killer. Like, I don't think she has it in her to kill someone. But you never know. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope? Or is it the light of despair?
Well now.
Well then, now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough, just fucking start this already.
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So, you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right!
Didn't I tell you? He said it, this is the end.
Now then.
Let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kameda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. He even said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there are also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. Will we be consumed by despair? That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this really is the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. I have some skills to set. Don't need that. I don't need that one anyway. I don't need jump power, but I don't think I can put anything else on I'd want. I can put on Melodious Voice. Let's do it. Let's go!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Do we really need one, though?
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Nagito's cross is a lot more bloody.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person,
Why is Gundam's X like that?
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister, you're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
She's still standing.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one?
He's busting out all the attacks.
This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monomi. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
Was that a JoJo reference? Most likely.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... How many bullets do I have? 7.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer
So we're looking more at the torture part.
didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were
So what exactly is the Monokuma plushie? It's this one, right? And this is all about... Monokuma knew the bombs were a fake. So I don't think that has anything to do with this.
The reason Nagito's body...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
Is this an absorb thing? I feel like it has to be, right?
I found it by coincidence.
But in that case, it wouldn't be any of the blues.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer didn't tape
not.
Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
Could be agreeing with
What were they
Sonya
trying to
with
find
this
out by
bomb
Definitely
thing.
the bomb's hiding place.
No. Just say, maybe give me a bit more of a guidance here.
The killer didn't tape
Don't give me the
Nagito's mouth
answer.
to shut him up. I'm
Give
telling
me
you,
like
they were
some kind of
torturing him.
hint towards this here, because
The
I'm
reason
kind of
Nagito's
like,
body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect
is whoever found the bomb first.
The duct tape.
That was...
Nigel mouth is covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. I think itself had a lot of crinkles in it.
Fuyuhiko!
I found it. There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer didn't take Nagi. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he.
Am I just like shutting him down with the duct tape
Is
statement?
whoever felt that was Fuyu. I found it.
I think
There's
it
no
has
way
to
I'd
be,
torture
right?
Someone.
The killer didn't take Nagi. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's body.
It's because the killer tortured Nagi.
Yeah,
No,
there we
that's
go.
wrong.
They can't find. Yeah, that makes sense.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Are you? Wow, he is really defending
I just
himself here.
realized It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Did I know? Stupid? I'll have to just see what my options are here.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth, you obviously assume he couldn't talk, but that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated. I can't back down.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
We have something.
That was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
It's definitely that last statement. Which one is it though? Is blood on his left hand one of my things? One of my swords? I need to check my
Pay
swords.
attention. This is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they
Still the duct
his
tape.
mouth shut.
It's still the duct tape.
Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me.
It's on that last
you guys
statement. It
didn't
has
get
to be the
caught
duct
in
tape. I think it's just the duct tape again.
Pay attention. This is first. The killer tortured Nut and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Really? No, I think it was really after they killed him.
Pay attention. This is how it
Yeah,
went.
because
First,
there's
the killer tortured
blood
and got
on the
information
duct
about
tape,
bomb's
not
location.
under it.
Then, after they killed him,
They would have had it on while they were torturing him.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? Might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If
so. It's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
Lucky people don't get tortured? Are you sure about that?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
We have the answer to this
Which
one.
means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
Alright, I have the answer to this one.
Killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Now's not the time for simping.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? Alright, we need to clear that up first. I'm pretty sure it's the oil lighter.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Wouldn't be that.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
No.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or
Panels.
perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with
There
that.
it is. Figured it out.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Figured it out.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels.
Didn't hesitate. I was confident in that one.
A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Yeah, what? There was just clatter, clatter, clatter. And I was like, why were they just clattering? Who was doing something?
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Yes. I know what they did. I know what they did. They were playing some fucking tunes.
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness allowed him blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. As if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
The ultimate normie.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Yes, you'll open it slowly. It's not the problem. Yes, you boot the door. You try to open it, something blocking it, then you boot it.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was in the entrance to the warehouse, so the problem kind of Chiaki's talking about is...
I see!
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
It's gonna be the rival character and not Nagito?
You don't
Interesting.
have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. I don't know what wants me to say.
This is my answer.
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Did Nagito somehow kill himself?
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
Well, I have no idea how he would tie all of his limbs.
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Like, you could do your legs, but not really both your arms.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
Nagito was just kinky.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Excuse me?
You're
dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
I should start stuff up too.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm. It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Honey. What am I...
To actually...
What do I shoot at here? Yeah, he... No way he had himself tied up first. But then how does hand get stabbed? I'm thinking too far ahead. You need to deal with the rope, the hand rope situation first. So this rope would have been intentionally burned.
We tie up your own arms and legs.
No, that's wrong.
Well, alright.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Use his other hand. Yeah?
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
Trap his sleeve.
I see.
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
What the fuck is happening?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
In the fridge, what did Akane say? She said that she'd let Hajime cop a feel for figuring something out. Sonya's just like, that is wrong. Make him pay for it first.
Hajime, you tricked me. Give me back that Benjamin.
Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? The fuck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Way to stab yourself in your right hand, using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this. It's just his left hand.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
I think that's it.
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, He could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
I am, like, fucking certain that it has to do with his bound left hand. This
Even
is
if
the bullet.
Nagito's right hand was free,
It's just, where does it go?
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Put the knife onto the plush. Maybe?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
There we go.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Along with its blood.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Holding it in his left.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
I mean, he probably was holding the spear. And then threw the wire up over the girder, and then eventually it would just slip and fall.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
What is with the sexual innuendos this trial?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Oh my god.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monomi sassing me.
Ma.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Amorgus!
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
Okay. Shut your whole mouth.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up to now by doing that. And even now.
All right, let's do this.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
That's very touching.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth?
Or maybe he used his front tail.
Again with the
Other
dick.
guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What do you say?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left...
But his left hand was also...
Then that rules out his left hand.
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Just like, I'm going with my gut instead of doubting myself.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Oh, it's 100% a dick joke. She's just saying guys have a front tail that gets hard when you grab it.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off. Right?
Just ignore the first non-stop debate.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural
it's the
bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
I'm very curious what Akane and other people say if you agree with her saying it's his dick.
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Getting his front tail hard. He was gripping something.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Gripping some dick.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think. However, What's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
What's he holding on to? The cord.
I see.
The shaft. Have you tried working the
Instead of the
shaft?
handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was dripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
Time to go into my mind.
It was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear stabbed through his stomach. So if it was just before that... That's it, could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure out where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. We need to brain blast. It's gonna be here. It's gonna be on the other side, isn't it? Yep. Above him. Shit, moving obstacles. Oh, I was really hoping I could fucking thread the needle there. Just got off close. Was that... Besides the spear, it was above Nagito. The ceiling girder. How the fuck did you... What? Oh, it must have been a rough fucking close then. Sorry to hear it, Will. Going and... unconnects the spear. The cord. It was chill, but everyone was just fucking chatting. Yeah, I could imagine that. I could imagine that fucking with the whole close. I'm surprised though, considering who was on it.
All coming together.
At least you got tomorrow off though, bro.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
On the plus side, you did get paid working till midnight, so there's that.
Nagito did that all by himself. Did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but He probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was.
Well, at least no one glassed him twice in this suicide case.
Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body.
Glassed
That
himself.
was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
This... Hang on, what button is it? This fucking artwork, man. You could very easily replace the knife with something. And the joke from before continues.
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
Or in his twisted sadistic his front tail, his twisted mindset, it was like, well, either you're gonna discover it, and overcome this despair, or hope will prevail in Nagito's bullshit.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. That's stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. He tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion.
They could be, yeah.
Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
Or at the very least, starting off island mode just to clear off some of the report cards.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...?
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
What a
Hold on.
noise.
Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
That he couldn't mess with. I don't think this... the book's not related to his death, though. Like, it's not the bomb thing, because Chiaki wouldn't have mentioned it. I'm a little stumped here, actually. That's... fuck, no, that's not... I hit the wrong button. I wanted to hit the... I wanted to expand that, not present it. So that was a miss. That was a misclick. I wanted to do this. Maybe, because I'm a little stumped here. Monokuma file. Oh. I mean, Monokuma's fucked with this before just to make things more fun.
I see!
Is it about the Monokuma file?
So I didn't get this, because Monokuma's... he's put misinformation in the file before.
Yeah, that's it.
Or at least hasn't said everything in it, but I guess that could also mean... why?
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Victim is Nagito Kameda. Body discovered in the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. Estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only There is a spear stabbed in his stomach. There are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Oh god, this again. Fuck this minigame. This is so many letters! What the fuck? Ah, the curtain. I'm gonna take so much damage right now. There's so many letters! What the fuck? This is fucking ridiculous. No, I can't spell curtain. No, that's not curtain. That word is not curtain. How the fuck did I get this? I can't think. I'm in too much of a panic. Hang on, no, I figured it out. Cause of death. I need an S. I just have to take the fucking hits here. Oh, where's an S when I need it? There it is! Oh my god, where the fuck's an E? This mini game, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, thank God. Fuck.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Oh. I like that my fuck up of the word gave me all I needed. I just needed that first letter and then a chance to look at the word. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, it doesn't specify the cause.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about it.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, Did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations. And that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh?
This is very fucked.
Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
Corgi, please tell me there's no more Hangman's Gambit in this trial. It was just the one.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
It's a suicide, but...
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh?
There's one more. Fuck.
Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end.
Still, if
If
there's...
we work together,
If there's
everything should be
that
alright.
many fucking letters, and I have no idea what the
That's
word
what I
is going
believe.
in, I'm gonna struggle.
Aww. Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now.
It's just gonna fucking eat at my influence.
That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. I mean, we'll see when we get there. That's probably the former part of the trial. Do I want to go the rest of the way?
No.
How many segments are left? Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start. But, well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Just 9? Fuck it, we'll go the rest of the way. Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough. Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides, the fact that you snapped at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friends is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then, as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Monokuma, what? Well, there may be some demands for that. I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Only 9 segments left. Fuck it, we're going the rest of the way.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
It's a suicide, but there is a huge word after suicide.
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Overlooked, huh?
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly. We should cooperate at a time like this.
Fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be
Fuck,
seen...
I missed.
Maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold. Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Yeah, I got it. I figured I got it, but I just missed because of the
Let us
white
consider a
noise.
different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his... It's not the other wound. With all those wounds, maybe he simply...
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be
Fuck,
seen...
I missed
maybe he
again!
choked himself Or liquefied his guts.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
He definitely didn't drink it. He coated. I think he coated the spear in it.
It's not the other
He
wound.
coated the
With all
tip in
those
it.
wounds, maybe he simply bled.
There's no way he...
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
Fuck! Got it.
I agree with that. That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Well, I mean, the poison bottle says that it's instant acting, but it also evaporates. He could have just inhaled it when the fire started.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood,
And his body's mostly covered anyway.
there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no. No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the poison entered Nagito's body. The answer is written on the warning label. I should think carefully and try to remember it. Oh fuck, we're going in already! Oh no, that's a logic dive. Okay. Wrong button. Definitely gonna be gaseous, right? Ah, I didn't. Ah, so close. Can't afford to be taking damage. Not with another Hangman's Gambit on the horizon. Oh, oh! I didn't hit triangle. No. There we go. Look at his nose. I would say he breathed it in. He breathed in that mega fart.
It's all coming together.
What with those jumps, yeah?
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, the liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
So that's one for mystery 2. Sprinkler? Want to kill him there? That would make it vaporize. No. Fuck it, chat and be cheeky here. I can't afford damage at this point. Like, I can't afford to get this wrong more than once.
I see!
There we go.
The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
Hey, that's only if I load it. Having it there means nothing. The intent to cheat and cheating are two very different things. In a gaseous state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible you for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis!
Hydrolysis? Sure, whatever the fuck that word is.
The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poison. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be.
There might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought
Oh,
poison
no.
to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Oh no. What I left behind? The meat on the bone!
I see! Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to rule this out as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody has to get hurt. But
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
Hey, friend.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
Hey, I appreciate the compliment.
And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... At least I know the word. I'm not gonna take the chance of keeping things around. I'm going to believe that that is a spoiler and not reveal it. So, honestly, prime time to say it at a point where I'm not paying attention at all. I need an N. That's what I paused anyway to look for. Ah, something spawned at that E. That was build. I need an E. Fuck. Got it! I managed to get through that without taking too much damage, so I'll take that.
I see. I got it.
Huh?
The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime, could it be?
The more people mentioning Akane's titty is nice.
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible! Miss Sonia just said so right now!
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
I can prove it with this. Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
To be fair, I think I mentioned Akane's tits when we first saw her.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end,
There's
he
no
still
horny in
fucking
this chat.
committed suicide. Enough already.
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison, so when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
When we all threw the grenades.
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
No, Shadi's saying that he's confirming that Shadi is indeed horny.
You said so yourself. You said Nagito committed suicide.
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh? Was Nagito prepared it,
I
right?
see. It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
Again, Nagito.
I see. That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
To make someone throw the poison.
I see. Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
It's like one of those what you call them? Those firing squads where only one person actually has a bullet and everyone else has blanks.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then...
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along.
Oh yeah, no, we all saw it. And my answer is if you can beat her in a fight, that's probably when you could. So probably
Even the
never.
wounds all over his body. It was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces. For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
I mean, to be fair, Corgi is the mod here, so if he wants you to stop talking about something, you stop talking about it.
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
Yeah, and don't abuse that power, because I can take it away.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, his trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia, and one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? How can you have such an awful power?
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Wow, it is literally just a guess!
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Did you kill Monokuma? No.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct.
I mean, it would accomplish nothing, because he's a puppet. He's not the mastermind.
Hajime, please.
That's right. Doesn't mean the trial's over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. And I have to do it, even if it leads to despair.
I got it. Let's do this then.
No? Okay, I got that wrong. Oh. Probably that going here. I love that all of us are the mysterious ones here. No? Let me go there. So then... the spear bit would be that panel? Yeah. From performing switcheroos. I feel like it's, that first panel's all the way at the end. Right before swapping the poison, let's swap the lid. Alright, so the first 2 pages are done. Stock 4 still, alright. Prop the knife up there. And then there's the gas at the end, making him let go.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
The
person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan, Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon.
I do really like how he
Using the
looks
gloves and
here.
gas mask that he got from the military base.
Peel.
Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room.
I mean, that like right hand panel, that looks just great in how menacing it is.
The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse.
I like that you can tell which one of those in the second panel is Chiaki.
In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted.
Stick.
First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally,
Doom.
he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade.
I love that middle panel of him about to slap a bitch.
He didn't just want us to think he was tied up. He also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse.
Who's hugging Chiaki, I wonder?
But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sent to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity.
Now that screen was nice.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Huh?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
Believe it! What Nagito believed in is talent.
I see! Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
I mean, Monokuma is saying he does know who killed him. After all the time we've spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So, it's definitely going to be alright.
I guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you and pull the trigger. So, you really did it? Ah, so that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I'd only used one bullet. Huh. I guess it was just as Monami said. Huh? I misunderstood and thought I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder. So that's how I did it. That... You only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving. But I'm still alive. After all, the only good thing about me is how lucky I am. And he did the same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get to cleaning duty just as he wanted. That's right, I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. You just relied on your luck? It's not just luck. It's true my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty, just like I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Huh?
He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
No, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
The traitor!
I see! That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Is there another, like, break, or is it just keep going?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message...
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor's student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
So what is that? 7 segments left? Because those questions count as segments, right?
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
And it's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long, was it really because we didn't believe in him?
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that!
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for? Sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but...
The only thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
I really should stop, but I'm this fucking close.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
So, the results screen for the trial is where I'm gonna end it.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself!
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor? Hajime, please.
Select someone? The fact that Hajime's so against it Is it himself? Or is it her? But he's so against it, so I feel like the game wants me to pick her.
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct.
What?
I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Damn it. Why? This is... I mean... this nonsense is... Why? Why does this make sense?
Hey, Chiaki. Are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Huh?
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I mean, reality, you shouldn't be. But the fact that you threw out a guess, if I saw it and then Corgi, like, blocked it, it would have just proved that you were spoiling things.
I want to explain everything to you guys, but... as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why... the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether
I mean, I know
prove
it
or
was,
not,
but...
that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you.
Hey, my controller's dying.
There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Monami and Chiaki's relationship. Proving it here is the only way.
all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. I can't lose. Hug me, you stupid face. I won't let you. Burst open and mix. I'll lower your grade. Disappear. Hug me, you stupid face. Chucky and I aren't best friends.
Fuck! I did book note!
Chucky and I aren't best friends.
This is the end!
Book note! Fuck! I did book note, not notebook!
I investigated Nagito's cottage. I discovered a notebook with a new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
Monony's death note.
No! Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
So sudden?
Give me that notebook.
Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya as the leader. A lot of things happened today. Everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this Monony's diary?
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too. So that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No, the truth is I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. It's just, I wanted to turn my eyes from the truth it contained. And now I clearly know. I can't help but know.
First of all, this isn't Monami's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
Oh!
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
I get it now.
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
Topic we discussed in that entry.
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
I like that Hajime didn't even say anything. He doesn't want to do this. Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go into the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room, but the only one who knew that...
If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to that octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. I did it. I finally did it. I finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out. With this, I can finally get out. You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is... Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you'd do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. Huh? And without hesitating, swiped the card reader. Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the trader's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake. Has to be a mistake. Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not.
I will not believe it. I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor. There is just no way.
I don't want to believe it either. I don't want to believe, but...
Then nobody will be saved.
My guess is it's Monokuma's account.
Chiaki is not the traitor.
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
Unless you know a whole lot about bombs, there's no way you know if it's fake just by looking at it.
Damn it!
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn... Didn't Chiaki use the...
If she's a traitor, there's no way Chiaki would have... If that bomb was fake or not! The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
Oh, that's not it? Damn.
Damn it! Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
Unless you know a whole lot about bombs, there's no way you know if it's fake just by looking at it.
No? Fuck, I don't know what it is here. I have fucking no idea.
Damn it!
Literally no fucking idea.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
Me and Sonya's account, but she's telling the truth there. Her account is that she used one of the bombs. But that...
We were trying to turn off the bomb. Didn't Chiaki use the...
If she's a traitor, there's no way Chiaki... If that bomb was fake or not... The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
That's not it.
Like, that's true, isn't it?
That's not it. Sonya shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't
Monami.
You said so yourself.
I forgot that the Monami was part of this. That's okay. That makes sense. I'm just dumb.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Is it actually mentioned that Monami's in there? Yeah. Yeah, I missed the Monami part. Oh, well. I wasn't thinking about the Monami part, just the bomb part.
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that! Enough already. Please do not say another word. I do not want anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonya,
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
Wow, this is a depressing rebuttal showdown. I'm not sure what this one would be. Probably the account or the notebook.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything about this island. Monokuma probably said it was fake beforehand. So, you can... Monami and Chiaki were working together!
You should know. Just kidding with her usual tone of voice.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything about this island.
Nah, fuck. I don't know. Because this is just fucking all over the place. I fucking no idea.
Who knew that bomb was fake? That someone is Monokuma. Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything about this. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand.
Oh yeah, no. It says in there he didn't tell anyone.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake.
Yeah, in the statement, yeah, he didn't tell anyone.
But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used? I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes. I know that already. You should have said so earlier. Well, I thought if I kept quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. I feel relieved.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
You've changed tones. Again?
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it! Why did it end up like this?
Wait, why am I on kind? No, I want gentle's the easy one. Yeah, gentle's the easy one. I can't even save in this menu, can I? I'm gonna save in this menu. Alright, cool. So, this is where it ends.